While you're sitting there cozy, your potential is slowly and quietly shrinking. Comfort feels safe, it feels predictable, it feels easy, it's very inviting, but here's the issue with that. Every time that you stay in your comfort zone, the version of you that could have grown, that could have learned something, that could have risked something, that could have achieved something bigger, it gets smaller. And this is because growth doesn't happen in safety. It happens in those uncomfortable, awkward, and uncertain moments that you keep avoiding. And I as well. We all do it. We just don't like to admit it. Hi, I'm Essence, and I make videos for those of you that are done waiting. Done waiting for motivation, done waiting for approval, done waiting for the perfect timing. Here we focus on showing up, building ourselves, and growing quietly and slowly, but most definitely consistently. This is no fluff, just real talk about mindset, habits, and becoming the person that your dreams require you to be. The first thing that I want to talk about and touch on is that comfort isn't peace. A lot of us, we believe that comfort is where our peace is at, but it's stagnation. Comfort has deceived you. It's a lie. It feels peaceful and it feels like control, but here's the truth that a lot of us don't want to hear. Comfort builds you a life that you never actually wanted. When you choose comfort over a challenge, your brain learns that, hey, it's okay to stay small. You don't speak up, you don't try new things, you don't do things that you think might make you look stupid, and it becomes a habit. It becomes this lifestyle. And then you go around one day and you wonder, why am I not growing? Why am I not confident? Why am I stuck? It's not that life isn't moving. Life is constantly moving. As a lot of people love to say, life goes on. And that's the truth. It does. So it's not that, it's that you're still holding on. You're still waiting for growth to feel safe. And growth isn't safe. It isn't comfortable. It isn't predictable. It isn't any of those things. It's awkward. It's exposing. And it's vulnerable. If it wasn't, everybody would be extraordinary. Because those that are extraordinary, let me tell you what they're like. They're the ones who are willing to stretch themselves in ways that are not so likable. They're willing to put themselves out there. They're going to speak up for themselves. They're going to try something new despite fear of judgment. And they do the small, awkward daily practices that build skill that other people aren't willing to do. Let's get real. Avoidance is teaching your brain to shrink. We don't avoid things because we're lazy. We avoid things because we get scared. We're scared of rejection, we're scared of failure, we're scared of embarrassment. So we stay quiet and we stay comfortable. We stay the same. But here's the thing, every time that you avoid discomfort, every time that you avoid growth, you're teaching your brain that safety is more important than growth. You're training yourself to be smaller. And your potential, this is the conversation you're having with it. It's like telling it to sit down and shut up because things are going to get messy. And I get it. I used to do this. I still do it from time to time. I'm human. I thought that if I just waited long enough, I'd be ready. If I prepared enough, then the awkward wouldn't feel so awkward. If I stayed comfortable, then maybe success would be something that just happens to me. But you can't let life happen to you. You have to make it. When I wanted to start making YouTube videos on this channel, I kept waiting. I was waiting for my perfect setup. I was waiting to start feeling confident. I was waiting for support and the perfect environment. And honestly, waiting until I got better at talking to the camera. But I was waiting for the growth without being willing to go through that discomfort. I always thought that fear meant not yet, but really fear means go anyway, do it anyway. And that was a hard lesson to learn. It was. And if you haven't been there, you won't really know. I wasn't protecting myself by waiting, I was shrinking myself by waiting. Growth is tension, it's not comfort. Everyone wants to grow, but nobody wants to feel awkward. No one wants to feel that tension that you feel, that resistance that you feel when you're trying to transition from somebody that you are into somebody that you want to become. And I know this firsthand. There's many different ways I've seen my life going, and as soon as I feel that bit of resistance of, hey, I'm not quite there yet, I get scared. I shy away from it. And that's something that I know a lot of us do. We want the voice without practicing something. We want the confidence without doing scary things. We want discipline without doing anything that requires discipline. We want progress without risking embarrassment. But that's not how growth works. If you're not stretching, you're not growing. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not evolving. It's that simple. Think of anybody that you admire. They're not confident because they were born that way. You could say, I was born this way, I was born with this confidence, but the most confident people on earth were never that confident. They were ashamed, they were embarrassed, they were insecure and self-conscious. In order to build confidence, you have to stretch yourself again and again and again. Comfort doesn't come before action. Comfort comes when surviving discomfort and realizing you made it. This is the truth that most people don't want. You don't need a massive leap. You don't need to suddenly become fearless. That's not the goal. You don't need to put yourself into a bunch of chaos. Certainly not. What you do need is small doses of discomfort. Just enough to grow, just enough to stretch, just enough to dip your toes, just enough to show your brain we don't run from fear. And some of those things can look like speaking up in class, starting that project that you've been planning forever, posting that first creative piece, even if no one reacts, even if no one likes it, even if no one sees it, going to the gym, even when it feels awkward, asking for something that you want. A lot of us are afraid, and trying something new without needing to be perfect. Because each one teaches your brain courage. Each step expands what you believe you're capable of. Your potential wants you to try, it doesn't want you to plan. The version of you that you're trying to become, she doesn't show up because things are perfect. She shows up because she's committed. She doesn't avoid things that feel scary. She practices doing them anyway. She doesn't wait until she's fully ready. She becomes ready through action. That's the difference. Most people wait for their life to begin, but instead of waiting for your life to begin and waiting for life to meet you in that comfort, meet it in motion. Stop waiting for that fear to go away. Stop waiting till you feel worthy of trying, and just try. If today's message helped you, stick around. I'm here twice a week talking about real growth, real mindset shifts, and new habit making without the fake positivity or the hustle culture pressure. If you're ready to grow slowly and intentionally, make sure to subscribe. And feel free to comment whatever small, uncomfortable action you're committing to this week. I'd love to hear it. See you next time.